Gotcha! Yeah, we would absolutely never do that. Anyway, though, my name is Scott Mayfield, and I'm from Skawt Studio.
And I'm Gina, and I'm from Pixie Fashions.
Today we're going to be talking about probably my favorite people within the TTRPG community space, and that is our podcast friends at Critical Role Models.
Yeah, you can say we're two nerdy friends talking about two nerdy podcasters talking about Critical Role.
It's podcastception, folks.
Yes. We're not taking over, we're just kind of like the bonus. Like
no, we're totally taking over.
We're taking over? Okay,
oh yeah, we're absolutely taking over. There's memes and stuff already. Yeah.
Everything. This is not an episode, this is a challenge, so.
Yeah, this is our podcast now, especially because as of today, as of literally 30 minutes ago, they reached 1,001 followers. 4 hours ago, they reached 1,000, but that's not as cool as 1,001. That's concrete, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you see it? You see it?
I thought
we
were just at 1,000. Oh my god.
No, because like somebody might like have bumped it, and you might not know. But 1,001 is permanent.
Oh my goodness. They're influencers now. They need to start getting deals. So if you need to throw some free stuff at someone, like Dev and Josh, I think are available for this.
You should sign them for a sponsorship if you're the kind of person that listens to this and wants that.
Yeah. It was so convincing. Like if I had stuff, I would just give it to them for free now.
Oh, I would too, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, I'm mailing it now.
Yeah.
Another fun thing that we have going on in the space right now is the 2025 Crit Awards. You and I have both been special guests on the show a couple times now, and during the promotion of this event.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm actually going to be there for... No, it's the last Thursday of the month. It's like a couple days away, so I will be there for that to talk about it.
Oh my god. It feels so weird. It's coming up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so a little mini promo. We're doing a Brendan Lee Mulligan episode. I really wish we could have him, but we get to talk about him, and
Brendan,
I hope he sees
it. Yeah, Brendan, if you're listening, we reached 1,001 followers, so you know.
Yeah, so we're worth talking to.
They're kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
Come on out.
Yeah, my dozens of fans agree.
Yeah, my tens of fans would be so excited.
This is such a different vibe than when we... Okay, how was it when you were recording with Dev?
You know, I felt pretty good. So like we kind of had like the draft of like what we're gonna say or not. It's still really kind of a little nerve-wracking because I still want to be kind of professional, and I was definitely watching my language because like for those who don't know, like I have a sailor's mouth, so I totally like
me too.
I'm saying so many bad things all the time. So it was really kind of structured. But this seems a little more free-flowing. I'm still watching my language, so you know. The meta algorithm or the TikTok algorithm, if you're out there, I'm on my best behavior, so you're not gonna get me this time. So you know.
Same.
I know, but this is a little more casual, but still has a lot of good like the spirit and everything of Critical Role Models. I know how you've been on it three times now. I think your first episode was a 2-parter, yeah.
Yeah, I'm at 3 for season 1.
Wow.
3 for season 2. I'm at 6 now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So how does this compare to just being on the podcast?
Okay. So every time I'm on one, Spotify auto marks it as explicit. Every one that I'm in gets auto marked as explicit, and they're like, please be careful with which audience you send this to. It's like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh shoot, okay, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna bleep there.
Yeah, I will.
Oh,
I'll
please.
fix this in post.
Yeah.
But what I noticed too is that six episodes in, I'm still super nervous when I'm interacting with them because like it took off from a certain space where I was like, wow, that's a different audience than what I'm used to, and I really look up to these people. They're my friends. Yes, we interact in day-to-day life at certain points during the year. Yes, but oh my gosh, do I look up to them for the work that they're doing too? Yeah. So I'm like scared out of my mind. I almost said another bad word. I'm worried. Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? With this, I feel like we can kind of just go, and then I'm like, oh wow, like the amount of takes where I'm gonna probably scrub at some element of something that doesn't exist in that atmosphere because that's like, yeah. I absolutely agree with you. I think that this thing about this guy is top notch. You know, and it's not to say like I really kind of like that because I otherwise would be pinballing all over the place.
Oh yeah.
I would not be able to keep it together. So the way that it's administered, wonderful. It's really nice to be able to work with them, and it's really sweet that they care so much about the community, not just the critters. Right. I think they care a lot about the rest of the TTRPG community too, which is obviously like why I have a seat there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm a Brennan Lee Mulligan fan, and I'm a Dimension 20 fan. I mean, your episode and your arc for the cosplay stuff was really freaking cool.
Oh my god!
And I listened to it twice.
You're so nice.
Yeah, no, like it's really good, and it pulls threads from other elements of the community. Like I'm a designer, right? And they're like, well, how do you feel about a design how do you feel about this as a designer? And I'm like, oh, you value me. Oh, that's so cool. And I felt that while listening to your episode as well. Do you agree with that, or is that something?
Oh yeah, and I've said it on the episode before. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not really a critter. Like I respect the cast of Critical Role models like immensely. I've worked cons where they've been guest at, and I've followed their work before Critical Role because I watched a lot of anime. I need to catch up on my anime, but I used to watch a lot of anime, and they were constantly in those dubs. So I was really excited to be on this podcast. I was a little afraid because I'm like, oh, I'm not really a critter, but like the way that they just set it up and made sure that everything was kind of safe and that I was okay with the topics and that I had things to say, and even just running by like, can I say this? Can I say that? And getting like really structured feedback from everybody, which is really cool. It made me go into, I will say it made me go into the podcast with the right amount of nerves that I think anybody would have going in to be recorded. But I definitely didn't go in thinking like I didn't belong whatsoever. It was definitely a very welcoming environment, especially since I've never met, I think I met Taylor once just to like meet and say hi over screen before the episode. But I had such a great time, and I just felt really connected while on camera, which is, I never thought I would be able to say something like that. So
as a season 1 guinea pig, I had a different degree of that where I was really nervous because I didn't know which direction it was going to go in. And then to find out that they are such loving, approachable people within our community, within our space, I was like, not only do I feel really good to listen in and to like promote it every once in a while, just kind of like, hey, go check out my friend's podcast, but now that I'm actually, I felt like what I was able to do with it was somewhat integral to at least that episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I feel valuable here. Oh my gosh, it's like there's a lot of mirroring. I'm like, oh, they're pouring it out, I'm pouring it out. This feels really good, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so I flubbed this earlier. I was going to talk about it more, but I'm just going to re-talk about it.
Let's do it.
Pick which one. For the 2025 Crit Awards thing, they're nominated currently for Best Podcast Host.
Hosts, yes,
Hosts.
plural.
Oh,
plural.
no. If Jordan hears this. Shout out to Jordan from Off the Dome.
Yeah, shout out. Shout out to all the nominees, by the way.
Shout out
Everybody's
to
great.
all the nominees, yes. There's another video that I have pinned on mine that talks about every one of them, maybe a little bit briefly because, critical role models. Ooh.
Right.
But they are nominated only, it's best podcast hosts. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so up until June 30th of this year, you have until June 30th of the end of this month to vote in the 2025 Crit Awards. And it would mean a lot to us, obviously, if you voted for CRM. But please check out all the other categories. I think there's like nearly or more than 50.
Right. I remember going through like 5 or 6 pages when I was doing my vote, and it was really cool. There's 7 pages.
7 pages, 7 full pages, yeah. And then the last one, you actually get a cool digital sticker, which is, I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah. They put a lot of thought and care into the award and the award categories, and it's really cool to think that like this community, since most fandom communities aren't this big or like have like awards and have people who care so much to like make podcasts or to make art for it. Like it's such a big thing, and it's just kind of a cool thing to be a part of and an honor to even just spectate. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, even if I can't contribute this year, I'm still so like I'm so invested.
Right.
Yeah. Like I really care, especially with this feud thing going on. Like I'm like God, I'm like that's so fun. It's so fun.
I'll tell you, I've got to discover like so many great content creators now because of the Crit Awards, and like especially this feud. Like everybody is just having like a ball, just having fun, and it's I don't know a lot of communities that could say that like they're doing something like this, so it's really fun to just watch it kind of unfold, and it all be in like good jest and good sportsmanship. And I do wish the best for all the nominees. I hope that those who do get awards and who don't get awards, like they just go above and beyond and reach for the moon or whatever in the past next year, and it'd be great to see where they are next year.
I agree. I think regardless of the outcome, it is such a wonderful thing to have the ability to participate in for the participants. Like, and I think it's like equally like what's the word where you vicarious, I mean, kind of vicariously as a support member of CRM, the opportunity to just get to watch it unfold. I'm living for it. It's really cool. Yeah.
I hope the 2026 are just as lively
same.
and are invested in their campaigns as this year, because this is my first year learning about the Crit Awards, and man, it's been a really cool year to like be a part of it.
Same. That's actually kind of why I'm shouting it out so much with the stuff that I've been working on this month. I'm like, this is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
I had no idea this existed. Did you know? Okay, so it's like tangential. Did you know that every one of the fantasy map makers that I saw on the list, I didn't know about? Now I get to follow new content from other fantasy cartographers. Yeah, I love that too, because it's not known. It's like, oh, okay, this is, and I was like, I already found. I mean, you were supposed to play favorites as an awards game show sort of thing. Right. I found one. I was like, oh my god, love that style. You know, so yeah, it was just really cool. Actually, let me.
Are you trying to shout them out?
I want to shout them out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'll have to look for them. So.
Okay.
Your mic input volume is high. Okay, I'll just stop shouting.
We're just so excited.
Yeah. The one that I voted for is Fernando Salvatierra, and I apologize if I butchered your name. But they have this wonderful kind of like hand-drawn style that I just have been gravitating towards. You do great, my man. Good job.
I mean, I remember when they were first starting out and like how much they really have grown from like now, like then to now. And like podcasting's really hard. Like,
yeah,
you think you're just recording, but like there's just so much to it. Especially like Dev comes to me all the time, and shout out to Dev for all the work she's been doing with all the social media marketing. Like that is an extremely hard thing to do. Algorithms are constantly changing depending on what platform you're trying to advertise on. It favors videos over images or text over or hashtags or no hashtags, and you know, it's kind of a love-hate relationship. I think social media can be really rough, but like once you're kind of in the rhythm, it's kind of hard to not want to keep doing it. And Dev and Josh have really been on top of everything, and just I guess it's kind of D&D related, improv related. They're just kind of saying yes and to like any kind of like trend that they can do and just make it D&D related. And I think people really respond really positively to it. I think they think it's fun.
Yes,
and especially for people who may not be involved with TTRPG, might, you know, be like, oh, I love like this meme or this song that they're doing something to, and that could ultimately get, you know, listeners in. So it's definitely more than just recording it. They've been just grabbing every aspect of podcasting by the horns and just willing to just go with it. And you know, it's not linear. We're all just kind of learning, so it's just going in, but like they're just taking it in stride. So it's really cool what they've like been able to do. And we're only just finishing season 2, so it's only gonna get really better from here.
I know. So as somebody that doesn't necessarily possess the social media or like technical skill aptitude to be able to follow along, I've just seen like a massive increase in production quality too over the course of the last couple of years. So I mean, and I think that's kind of the case when you're just starting out. But they have like nominated you as the social media guru of the unit.
They're being really kind, by the way.
But your technical analysis on that carries a lot more weight because of that. You know, not to get too deep, but like, you know, authority only goes as far as what we are allowed to take it. Like, if somebody gives up on you and says like, no, you're no longer authority, whatever, then like that's it. You know what I mean? So if you have been elected to be the authority on that matter, and from your level of technical intelligence on it have said, hey, this has improved quite a lot, that carries a lot of weight. I think, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's got to. Like, I think that's awesome. Like, because I'm like, oh, yeah, it sounds better.
Yeah, you did a dance. You know? You dance to music, but they really are getting basically every aspect of podcasting down, and it's just gonna be really exciting how they're gonna take it from here, especially if we get them to win the Crit Awards. That's gonna be a huge a huge like stamp on the resume, on top of learning all this like audio and video like and content creation. So
this one, second to last, okay? This is because I'm kind of like, okay, this is good, we have this going. So where would you want to see them take it next?
I'm a little biased, but I do like when they are bringing more guests on. Not that I don't love Josh and Dev by themselves. It's great.
No, they're awesome. Yeah.
It's really cool that they're just interested in all aspects of tabletop role-playing game community, and they're willing to accept like we may not be knowledgeable in every single aspect of whether it's the game or like the fandom as a whole and all aspects that come into fandom. So it's really cool that they'd be like, we're not the expert, but we want to bring people in, we want to, you know, elevate them, and we want to bring them up and really support people. And it's kind of nerve-wracking, almost like cold emailing people and be like, hey, you may or may not have heard of us, but we're really interested in essentially collaborating with you. And like, shout out to everybody who got that cold message and was just like, I'm in, I'm game, like, let's see where it goes. So I'd love to see more guests. Again, I was the cosplay and convention episode. I think it'd be cool if they went to a lot more conventions. They know they've been to one to see quite a bit of the Critical Role cast. But I think to see them in different elements, especially maybe more conventions that are more game-centric, or maybe like bigger cons with more a pop culture emphasis, or like maybe more different accesses to like different events, like more personal Q&As rather than just going up and getting like a flyer sign. Not that that isn't cool. If that's all you can do, like, again, the cast loves to see you, but if they're able to get access to, you know, getting to see a Q&A, or who knows, maybe being press or being able to get access and do something with them on their podcast, that'd be great too. But
I agree.
Definitely going in to reach out to more fans, and maybe hopefully in the future some people who work on the production. I really would like to see, and I think they could do it. I think if anybody who I know in my life is a critter who can do it, I definitely think it's Josh Dev. So
yes, yeah, me too. I think that they could do it. That's what I was going to say too, is like, Yay. I'd love to see more, I'd love to see different they're awesome with the topics. I would love to see different perspective on those topics from other like professionals within the industry. Like originally, me meeting them was because they were reaching out through the grapevine, and then I had a friend who went to college with them and was like, this guy does this thing.
No way!
Yeah, and so then they got a hold of me, and originally it was for a specific professional contract, but then they came back later and they were like, hey, we're doing this podcast thing. Do you want to, like, that contract that you did specifically for that goes hand in hand with exactly the design element stuff that we want to talk about for the world building episode.
That's
and I was like, yeah, let's do that. That sounds really fun. So, yeah, and like, I think, being very public in that space and having the ability to go out and network will get them into a point where, and maybe even stuff like this, where there are other people promoting it and saying, you know, this is the value that it brings to the table, can put it in front of the eyes of people who would be like, hey, I have a voice that's pretty powerful in this and pretty knowledgeable about this. You know, how can I help? And I think that would be a really beautiful thing for them. I also want to take a second to say how cool it was that we got to have episodes with Ryan and Taylor and Spencer in them as well. So, and as well for the actual play, where we also had Sarah, and just Sarah was the only addition, because we also had Spencer there too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so those were also incredible experiences. Yes. So yes, good job to everybody else out there as well. Which actually, then the final point that I have for this is, I have said it briefly in the episode that is going to come out.
Okay.
And it is that none of this, so we're at the finale of season 2. None of this would be possible without, you know, to quote, I think it's OPB, viewers like you, or PBS. Is it PBS? Yeah. Like, literally none of anything that any of us have done, any of the effort that we've put in for any of this would matter at all if it wasn't for people like you. So I'd like to open it up and have this be a thing where, because it's a commentable, you know, this is a commentable space, please comment, what would you like to see? And if they can't see it because it's on our feed or whatever, we will make sure that they see it. Yeah, because I really want to hear from you. I know that they want to hear from you too.
Yeah, and this is kind of special because some podcasts you don't kind of have a direct line to people to basically voice like what you want to see. So this is like a really cool, I don't want to say rare, but it's kind of an uncommon opportunity, and I think we deserve to take it.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I agree. Yeah.
I feel like the TTRPG community, as we can tell from, if you're just watching the Critter Wars, you can tell like it's a very loving, open community, and they're willing to really listen and create spaces for everybody. Yeah. So the fact that we have a podcast that wants to hear from the community and to continue that tradition, to create these spaces and to uplift people and to make sure that the content you want to see is being created is very special. So absolutely get in the comments.
Yes.
As Brindley would say, get in the comments.
Get in the comments.
Get in the comments.
It's nice and warm in here. Please get in.
Yes, please. But please let them know what you want to hear, even if it's like you figure it out at 2 a.m. like from a dead sleep, like it just kind of comes to you as inspiration. Just put it down in the comments. We're very excited to share with them what you want to see, what you want to hear. If there's people you want to nominate, just maybe we get into the podcast, that'd be great too.
We are the unsanctioned, unmoderated force. No one from Critical Role Models asked us to do this.
Right.
We're just sort of doing this because we like them a lot, and they're our friends,
Yeah.
and we love our friends, and we love you, and we want to hear from you, and so that's why I said if they don't see it immediately, we'll feed it through the pipeline because we have a way to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, let's use that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Damn, I feel good.
Did
you have anything else that you wanted to add? We're at 31 minutes of screen time. I imagine we completely blew 85 seconds out of the water.
I know, right? I figured once we got going, we'd be good. And I was just, it's weird, like PR train Gina started kicking in. They're just like, oh, wait, I know how to do this again. Like, it's like, but I had to promote someone else, which is different.
I loved saying the end of the month of this year thing 4 times. I was like, why the f*** you saying that?
I was encouraged to have my face show it, and I was just like, just let him go.
Okay.
We can do a blooper reels.
Yeah, there we go. I'm excited for that. Okay, well, close out. I don't know what we're supposed to do because we're not a real podcast, but thank you so much, Gina, for joining me on this one.
Of course.
If it isn't already apparent, I really value the work that you do here, and so the fact that you took the time out of your day to join me for this, I cannot thank you enough.
Of course, and I wanted to shout out, if it wasn't for Dev and Josh, we wouldn't have met. So not only are they creators of a fantastic podcast, they are facilitators of amazing friendships. So thanks, Skawt, for pitching this. I was completely down. I wanted to do something, and I didn't really have like a vision or direction. So it was really cool that you were just like, let's just hop on and figure it out. Yeah, we ate that. So just so everyone knows. So yeah, thank you so much for having me, and just for everybody listening, don't forget we have until the 30th of this month to vote for the Crit Award. So again, Critical Role Models for Best Host. Host is in plural.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, Jordan.
But yeah, and again, get in the comments if you have anything that you want to see for future seasons. We've done community theater.
Yes, we have. So we know everything.
We know everything.